Missouri, Mr. Onder.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks to all the witnesses for appearing before the committee today. I'm very interested in what AI might have to offer to improve education. Of course, AI, I think, has an enormous potential in various areas of our economy to improve productivity. For example, as a physician, one of you alluded to radiology. Pathology is another area where AI can make the radiologist, the pathologist more productive, and and let's face it, not miss some things that if it were just the naked eye, as well as decreasing administrative burden. It seems like more documentation is required by the year to make the electronic health records happy. But I am concerned, though, about potentially unintended consequences of AI, specifically in education, because we are dealing here with young people. A teacher recently told the New York Times, quote, "The amount of time my students are inclined to work on something that challenges them has become much shorter over the past few years. There was a time when a typical student would wrestle with a concept for days before getting it. Now, if that student doesn't understand something within minutes, they're more likely to give up and look for an alternative, i.e. Asking a chatbot." The ranking member Scott cited an article from NPR today. It was citing a study by Brookings. Brookings did focus groups around the country, around the world, 50 different countries, of parents, students, educators, and tech experts, as well as a literature review of hundreds of research articles. And it found some positives and negatives. One of the positives was that AI can help children learn to read and write, and that's, of course, great. At the same time, the study concluded in part, AI poses a grave threat to children's cognitive development. The concern was a, quote, doom loop of AI dependence, where students increasingly offload their own thinking onto technology, leading to the kind of cognitive decline or atrophy more commonly associated with the aging brain. And they commented other technologies can do that too, for instance, word processors, but it's on steroids with AI. In my concerns, I don't mean to pick on my AI experts here, because I have similar concerns about smartphones, about social media. Steve Jobs in 2010 was asked by the New York Times, how do your children like the iPad? He said, "My children don't have an iPad." And we know many technology executives, Bill Gates, Neil Mohan, others have limited their kids' use of technology. But I ask my witnesses, I'll start with you, Ms. Nayak, how do we harness the potential benefits of AI in education and yet protect our kids from the risk of overdependence and I even have concerns just if the computer's in front of the child every day, it seems almost 24/7. How do you protect kids from all the horrific stuff we know is on the internet?
Thank you, Congressman. First, I want to start that OpenAI agrees with you that we do really need to invest in protecting our youth and making sure that they use our technology for their benefit versus their harm. And we're putting a lot of work, that's not my area of expertise, but we are putting a lot of work as a company into making sure that there are those guardrails. I do want to address kind of your statistics on AI usage and the harm it could cause. We're also seeing that it could cause immense benefit. We're seeing that 1/4 of 18 to 24-year-olds use AI every day to help with their learning. That's about just general questions, tutoring, schoolwork. We're also seeing that, for instance, a study from Harvard University found that a physics class that actually had a tailored curriculum that was focused on using ChatGPT found that students actually doubled their engagement and actually improved their problem-solving skills. And so I think you're right that if teachers inadvertently kind of have students using AI, there could be ways where they cheat or they use it in ways that weren't kind of meant for the course. But if teachers can actually augment their curriculum to integrate it, I do think that there's promising ways that they could actually increase engagement, increase critical thinking, and problem solving.
Thank you. And I do want to also point out, I continue to be concerned about political and ideological bias in AI. Of course, President Trump on July 23rd issued an executive order preventing woke AI in the federal government. But as of this week, in fact, as of yesterday, I did an AI search, and I was pretty darn clear about what I was looking for, and it returned results biased against what I was looking for. So unfortunately, I'd love to hear your response, but I'm out of time. Thank you so much, and I yield back.
I thank the